Grab your popcorn, people, because the Chicago Sky is turning into a full-on drama. And guess who's center stage? None other than Chennedy Carter. And of course, Angel Reese follows wherever the drama is.
Oh my goodness. We have some drama going on with the Chicago Sky. I'm not sure this is surprising to anybody. And this time it's involving Chennedy Carter. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest Chennedy Carter fan.
So what's the issue? Well, the Sky's decision to cut their leading scorer has sparked huge speculation, as well as social media snark. But wait, that's not even the biggest news from their camp.
So today we're going to be talking about Chennedy Carter, who has been let go from the Sky. And if you think this was the wrong decision, leave a like, because I still think the Sky should have kept her. And obviously, she is having a complete crash out on Twitter right now.
Carter, who averaged a jaw-dropping 17.5 points per game last season, isn't leaving quietly, and Angel Reese has somehow caught herself in the crosshairs of Chennedy Carter. That's right, guys. Stay tuned until the end, because this saga is as messy as Angel's missed layups.
So, on paper, the Chicago Sky are out of their minds to let Chennedy Carter walk. But that's exactly what's happening, because they could have extended a qualifying offer for her, given, her free agent status. Instead, they declined to, which makes her an unrestricted free agent, which is them telling you.
Let's start with the obvious question. Why would the Sky part ways with their leading scorer? I mean, apart from what she did to Caitlin Clark, Carter was a good player. Dominating the court with her speed and scoring ability, she seemed like a lock for Chicago's long-term plans.
Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest Chennedy Carter fan, but the one thing that I can acknowledge, she is pure offense, no doubt about it, and was a spark plug for that Chicago Sky team.
Not only did she torch WNBA defenses, but she also dominated overseas during the offseason, putting up nearly 30 points per game in China.
The thing that makes this stand out extra is because Carter is good, okay? So Carter was the Sky's leading scorer, and she last season with 17.5 points per game. She will now become an unrestricted free agent, which means beginning today, she is free to field offers from any team in the WNBA, and on February 1st, players can start signing contracts.
And if you're a Chicago Sky fan, you sit back and I think to myself, man, the combination of Chennedy Carter and Camila Cardoso is going to be lethal this season. Except it's not. The Chicago Sky are they're letting Chennedy Carter go. All right?
But as we all know, talent isn't the only thing that keeps players on a roster. There's much more going on behind the scenes that the average fan wouldn't really know. And trust me, things are going way overboard in the Chicago Sky's locker room.
Here's a quote from Pagliocca, the general manager. Chennedy had an incredible season for us last year. Pagliocca said in a statement provided to the Sun-Times. She's extremely talented, and we all agree, and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and will make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team.
The Chicago Sky general manager Jeff Pagliocca cryptically hinted that Carter's fit with the team had changed. For those who don't understand sports executive language, that's the code word for "we've got a problem." And boy, does Chicago have a problem.
So we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent. Okay, so let's translate, okay? Chennedy Carter is such a concern for their team in the locker room that although she's not just talented, she's extremely talented. And she's a player that can impact the game at the highest level.
That's correct. Chennedy Carter has the talent and numbers necessary to prove herself in front of the team. However, the Sky are not impressed, and they are doing everything they can to kick Carter out. There's something really fishy going on here.
She's had issues involving locker room behavior before, right? Which is sort of the sentiment that's out there right now. But I caution that sentiment because maybe she's frustrated for other reasons before we get to said shade that has been cast upon what looks like Angel Reese.
Word on the street is that Carter's exit wasn't just about basketball, it was about locker room vibes or the sheer lack of it. And this is where Angel Reese comes into the story.
Angel Reese had a double-double streak. The Chicago Sky immediately went into a losing downward spiral straight to hell. They were in the playoffs Them and the Indiana Fever were like 7-8 in the playoffs through the majority of the season, and then all of a sudden the double-double streak shows up, and all of a sudden the winning stopped.
You see, ever since joining the Sky, Reese has been treated like a golden child by former coach Teresa Weatherspoon. Many people are even saying that Teresa Weatherspoon, who was supposed to be the next best thing for Chicago Sky, is actually the main culprit behind this whole disaster.
So, a lot of people rumored throughout the season that, Teresa Weatherspoon was sacrificing wins to get Angel Reese her double-double streak, that she was sacrificing Camila Cardoso for the streak, that she had lost the dressing room because of her insisting on running through Angel Reese when she was their least efficient offensive player.
As soon as she joined Chicago Sky, the locker room's atmosphere took a nosedive. It was only when things got really bad that the top brass decided to fire her, but things were already out of hand and the damage was done.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord, that is bad. That's a bad line right there.
That's right. Under Teresa's lead, Reese got all the minutes, the plays, and the spotlight, leaving the rest of the team scratching their heads and wondering if they were even part of the roster in the first place.
Chennedy Carter definitely is a special talent, but people want to have peace. Just like you want to have peace in your home, people want to have peace in their jobs. And Chennedy Carter has been a disruption of peace.
Players like Carter reportedly grew tired of Reese's preferential treatment, with sources saying it turned the locker room into something straight out of Mean Girls. And while Reese was padding her stats in blowout losses, other players, including Carter, were left to stew on the bench.
This is the very definition of stat padding. You are down by 22 points, and you've got the Fever's bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, playing against bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, starter, just so that she can get her double-double.
Is it any wonder why their team chemistry crumbled faster than Reese's layup percentage? Now, let's talk about the woman at the center of this disaster, Teresa Weatherspoon. A WNBA legend turned head coach, she was supposed to bring a championship mindset to the Chicago Sky. Instead, her tenure was a masterclass in how not to lead a team.
Last season, the Sky had a coach named Teresa Weatherspoon, now coaching again a rival, who seemed to do everything in her power to prop up Angel Reese and the double-double streak.
Weatherspoon's coaching strategy seemed to consist of two words: give Reese. In crucial moments, it wasn't about designing plays or making adjustments. It was about feeding Reese the ball and hoping for the best.
Weatherspoon was criticized for her coaching decisions late in the game, including her alleged allowing Angel Reese to pad her stats to set the WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles. See, told y'all, it is all starting to come out. I've been telling y'all she was padding them damn stats.
Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Late-game situations became late-game disasters, and the Sky's once promising season spiraled into chaos.
What's the case is the case. We all knew that Angel Reese was possibly stat padding to get that double-double streak. News is starting to come out that Teresa Weatherspoon possibly helped her do it. Yes, this whole story is beyond me, bruh. It's completely crazy that a coach would possibly help a rookie keep a streak alive.
Well, if you think that doesn't cause locker room issues, when the team can blatantly tell that a coach has prioritized Angel Reese's double-double streak over the team winning, yeah, you got to have a pissed-off locker room. You sure are.
And let's not forget the mishandling of rookie Camila Cardoso. The 6'6" forward was touted as the Sky's next big thing, but was misused and overlooked in favor of Reese.
Inability to keep the team schematically prepared was evidenced by her rotations and poor late-game play calls. Her failure to maximize rookie Camila Cardoso, the number 3 overall pick on the offense, also came into question.
By the time Teresa was shown the door, the damage was already done.
All you got to do is watch Angel Reese get rebounds and proceed to continue to jack up shot attempts while people are lining the three-point line waiting for a pass out. Chennedy Carter would be one of those people, sitting out there, checking their watches, waiting to get a pass out. By the way,
now let's get to the good stuff. The social media drama. Carter has been dropping cryptic tweets that seem to be aimed squarely at Angel Reese.
But the news is what she posted on Twitter that has people talking, in addition to the whole not being court. I think the ability to consistently make layups just puts anyone in a different tier. So important to score easy.
The most talked about post? A tweet about the importance of making layups. Sounds innocent enough, right? Wrong. Reese has been struggling with layups all season, with a dismal 42.4% success rate, the worst in the league. Out of 321 attempts, she made just 136. That's not just bad, that's maybe you should try underhand bad.
Now, she tried to say this was about herself. Nah. Well, partially, maybe. Kennedy Carter is spitting facts. This guy are stupid to let a talent like her leave. Look at this. This is the best and worst field goal percentages on layups. Caitlin Clark, by the way, 5'11 to 6'1". Caitlin Clark is number 1 in the W. All right? Kennedy Carter, 5'10 or shorter. She's number 2 in the W. Let's scroll on right on down here. Yikes. 6'2 to 6'4. Angel Reese is last.
Carter's tweet set the basketball world ablaze, with fans connecting the dots faster than Reese missed another easy bucket. If your star player is publicly shading a teammate, something is seriously rotten in the state of Chicago.
So Kennedy Carter has called out Angel Reese in a huge Twitter crash out, which is mad. Which is absolutely mad. Like, she has gone from the sky and it seems like she has called out Angel Reese.
Carter's tweet felt less like a jab and more like a full-blown haymaker. Her not-so-subtle dig left fans scrambling to connect the dots, and they didn't have to look very hard. When a fan posted a graphic comparing their stats, Carter chimed in with, "You nailed it," meaning, yeah, I said what I said.
But still, what player is notorious for missing layups? What player might be best known for missing layups? Obviously, her now former teammate, Angel Reese. And then someone said cook up, obviously, 5'11 to 6'1. The highest percentage, obviously, Caitlin Clark. And then obviously you saw Angel Reese at 42%. Like, Angel Reese was literally the worst layups shooter in the WNBA. And Kennedy Carter responds with, you ate down, not gonna lie.
Let's not sugarcoat it. The sky is falling. Just a few years ago, they were on top of the world, winning a WNBA championship and looking like a dynasty in the making. Fast forward to now, and they are looking pretty pathetic. Last season's record, a dismal 13-27. That's 5 games worse than the year before, a nosedive of epic proportions.
It's probably a disappointing one for Sky fans, probably a disappointing one for Kennedy Carter fans, because she was looking like she was going to be, she'd figured it out. She'd finally gotten herself.
With Carter gone, Reese struggling, and Weatherspoon's tenure leaving a trail of dysfunction, the Sky's gone from championship contenders to league bottom feeders.
So the Chicago Sky is completely just a horribly ran franchise.
It's not just a team in transition, it's a full-blown collapse. Carter was really the offensive face of Sky, and her leaving the team is bound to have severe repercussions for the team.
Yeah, obviously she's had an attitude problem. No doubt about it. We've all seen it. But there's something going on there. 17.5 points of pure offense is walking out the door. By the way, she is the best player in China right now. I kid you not. She is smoking everybody over there. It is pretty astonishing. I don't know. This could backfire on the Chicago Sky. They better have a plan worked out.
Now, Marina Mabrey, she's already flown the coop on this team, and it was quote-unquote because of culture. Well, what happened to the culture? Who torched the culture? Who's selfish on the team that would cause the culture to melt down?
Do you remember when Marina Mabrey got traded to the Connecticut Sun from the Sky? She couldn't wait to be on a championship team, and she wasn't done. Later on, she also praised Connecticut's level of discipline and a level of professionalism where players just have to worry about playing basketball.
Double-double, and then you go online, and it was very clear from the players that the social media stuff affected their changing room. That it wasn't like the Fever who stayed off it. The Sky kind of almost not even embraced the mess.
And let me remind you, this is the same Connecticut team that had their practice in front of yoga sessions and birthday parties. And Mabry still thinks this is better than Chicago Sky. Talk about falling from grace. Chicago Sky have certainly fallen, and it is no wonder that their team's spirit has taken a nosedive.
What is going on with the Chicago Sky? And I'm kind of in shock every time I see something, and it's just so messy. The whole scenario, this whole club is messy. From the players to the coach, to the former coach, to the GM, to the owners, to the higher ups, to the fans, to the everything. It's just messy.
But amid this chaos, one name looms large: Caitlin Clark. While the Chicago Sky implodes, Clark and her team represent the bright future of the WNBA.
Having my boys who are wearing the WNBA jerseys, who are shooting shots and acting like they're Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston and Tamika Catchings, that was their first jersey, right? And so this is such an incredible moment on a global scale for our game.
Clark's dominance on the court, ability to draw fans, and knack for elevating her teammates make her the league's crown jewel. In contrast to the Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever has been graced with many potential talents, and they are not holding anyone back. They are letting every player be their best and unleash their potential on the court.
This franchise has always been about players, it's always been about basketball, and it's about anything we can do to help the player become the best they can be. This is really a huge example and an opportunity to show the rest of the league and the world and that's involved in women's sports what it takes to be a high-level athlete.
Clark's decision to avoid drama-filled situations like Chicago's is a testament to her focus and basketball IQ. While Reese and Carter engage in social media spats, Clark is quietly building a legacy, drawing packed arenas and becoming the face of the WNBA. Despite the drama, Chennedy Carter's future is bright. Players with her skill set don't stay unemployed for long. Teams will be lining up to add her scoring ability to their rosters. But the question is, can she find a team culture that suits her? Carter's talent is undeniable, but she'll need to avoid another situation like Chicago's if she wants to thrive. As for Angel Reese, she's at a crossroads. Will she step up and prove she can be the centerpiece of a winning team, or will her time in Chicago be remembered as the beginning of the end? One thing is certain, the basketball world will be watching. So what do you think? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.